There are a couple of facts about me that, in combination, often take my pilot friends by surprise. First, I grew up right here in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin, a mere 30 miles south of Oshkosh. And second, I've never been to the Oshkosh Air Show. And I don't mean I've never flown in. I've never been to it at all. To someone who's a pilot in small general aviation airplanes, this is shocking. I lived so close and never went.
9 and 3.6. Okay.
My preference is gonna be 3.6. Yep.
I don't think they're gonna be so busy that you don't talk to them.
Yeah. I put your coffee up. Excited. Yeah. So, you want it? I'll take it.
But to someone who grew up in Fond du Lac, you know exactly why. Because for the most part, Oshkosh, or as we called it, EAA, was basically a traffic nuisance. If you were trying to get to Appleton, it meant going the other way around the lake and, in general, avoiding Highway 41 through Oshkosh, which, by the way, is still a place the other 51 weeks of the year. So we didn't call the air show Oshkosh. That was a city to us. We called the air show EAA to distinguish it from the city. All of that to say that I went to the air show for the first time in 2025, and I flew the Fisk Arrival to get there. This is Ted. He's a friend I met through the Midlife Pilot podcast, for which he is one of the hosts. Please check out his YouTube channel and the podcast, both of which are great. I specifically asked Ted to sit in the right seat of my airplane because he flew the Fisk Arrival for the first time 2 days earlier, and I thought it'd be really interesting to compare and contrast flying and then helping. And he had AJ sitting in the right seat of his airplane. This is AJ.
You're welcome.
Yes, AJ is a character. A couple of weeks after Oshkosh, Ted, AJ, and I got together to debrief our first time flying Fisk. So my idea for what we were going to do tonight, and I don't really have a well thought out plan, was just to say, okay, so the way that this started was AJ and Ted went and flew the Fisk approach. Okay, so one thing I should say, the Fisk Arrival is an arrival, not an approach, but we tend to swap the terms a lot. Yes, I know it's an arrival, and I ask for your grace on the wrong terms. Fisk approach. And talk about that. You guys talk about the things that happen, recall certain things. I might every so often just ask a question if I have one, but for the most part, I'm just going to sit back and shut up. And then I sort of want to transition to Ted took on AJ's role a couple of days later. Ted, you were in a really unique experience, really unique position to have like experienced it and then sort of guided like right away, right? So I think that that's kind of a cool experience.
What's that whole thing like? Watch it, do it, teach it. You know,
yes, do it, teach it.
Yeah, I quickly went to teach it.
Yeah,
not really, but you know what I mean. Like
you went from rookie to supervisor rapidly.
Exactly.
Okay, so passenger brief or Copilot brief. Mm-hmm. Plan here is that we are going to go fly the Fisk Arrival.
What?
And yeah, I know.
What?
Shocking. Who would have thought that?
Yeah.
We're gonna fly the Fisk Arrival. My role is going to be pilot in command, and I am going to be focused once we get into the arrival. Assuming that there's somebody in front of me, I'm going to be focused mostly in this like 30-degree window ahead of me. What I would like for you is to be focused in every other direction. I will take care of flying the plane. If there is any radio work, I'll take care of that. If you see something you don't like, say something.
Yep.
Do not hesitate. There's no ego. Say something.
I know.
The push to talk is here, right there. Mine's over here. There's not much to this airplane. There's a throttle and a mixture.
Yeah.
You don't have toe brakes. The handbrake is the way you stop if you need to stop the airplane. Do you have any questions?
Not about that.
Okay. Do you have any questions at all?
I want to brief.
Yes, let's do that. Let's do this.
I'm going to come back to us briefing the arrival throughout this video, but I think it's important to mention that a lot of preparation went into this before I even got in the airplane to fly to Wisconsin. I went out and practiced spot landings. I tested the airplane to figure out what power settings would get me 90 knots at 1,800 feet. I did this with flaps. I did this without flaps. AJ was able to get a longtime Oshkosh controller to meet with a bunch of us and talk through the expectations and a bunch of things we needed to potentially be ready for. And then there's the notice, which I read through, and then read through again, and again, and again. I even fired up Microsoft Flight Simulator and joined SimVenture on Pilot Edge to practice flying Fisk, listening to the controllers, and maybe get an idea of which landmarks would be easy and hard to see. Long before this moment happened, I took this seriously because this isn't just some random airport I'm flying to. For 1 week, this is the busiest airport in the world. It would be a pretty busy airport if there were 100, 500, 1,000 airplanes trying to arrive, but there aren't. Oshkosh draws more than 10,000 airplanes every year. I don't think I'm overstating it to say that preparation before starting the engine saves lives.
Clear prop!
I was very concerned with getting out of that grass because it was so, and I knew it got swampier than where it was. Now, I wasn't concerned enough that I put my hand behind yours, which honestly I would have done if we needed to. Like, it's better than getting stuck, right? But I felt like you had like you knew to commit.
Okay, so here we go.
Yep. Be prepared to give it full throttle if you have to.
On the LAC, information, Bravo, current altimeter 3000.
And so I didn't go full power. But I'd never let us stop.
Yeah.
You know,
it was
pretty
climbing up
straightforward.
that hill onto the concrete, which is, and people like sitting like not too far away.
Yeah, exactly.
Those to me were the things like on my like risk radar. Like, I wish you weren't sitting there. You're outside of my wing, but I'm hitting a lot of RPM here. Like,
so that's something that's kind of a point to make.
Yeah.
Is that anybody who's not been to something like Oshkosh or Triple Tree or one of these events where you go onto places on the airport where you wouldn't consider to be a normal movement area or even a non-movement area of the airport, people don't understand the concept of taxiing on anything that has more than about a 3/4 of a degree slope.
Yeah.
So it's a weird feeling in an airplane to be wheels on the ground and going up an incline, having a tremendous amount of foot traffic, other airplanes moving,
right.
Everything you can imagine, scooters whizzing by.
Right. Yeah.
It's odd,
Airspeed's alive. 40, 50, 60, that's our minimums. And 70 and rotate.
I enjoyed getting out of Fond du Lac because as we were taking off, he said, go ahead and turn westbound whenever you want and have the best day ever. Like, that was such a cool send-off.
70 Whiskey, left turnout's approved. Are you headed up to Oshkosh?
Left turnout and affirm, 70 Whiskey.
You can go ahead and pick up the Oshkosh arrival latest, and once you're out of the airspace here a little bit, give it a couple minutes, you can monitor Fisk.
Loco, 70 Whiskey, thanks.
Have the best day ever. Thanks for stopping by.
Looking forward to it. You guys are great help.
Yeah, and I did it too. I practiced it twice. And the first time, I think your comment was, that was a little limp.
Yeah.
Do it again.
Your wing rock was flaccid.
For runway 9, start your descent for us. And my
we're gonna
8.5. Welcome to Oshkosh.
Faster rate.
Good morning, everybody. We're starting the.
So when I was doing my first practice wing rock, what was going through my head was, this is the first time I've ever flown with Ted. There is not going to be any adverse yaw. There is no adverse yaw going to happen on this roll. Because this is the first time I've flown with Ted. I want to leave an impression. Also, I know I have a camera on, and it's going to see it too.
Wow, you're so vain. Yes.
I think what happened was one of the controllers said something on the radio. He said, "Oh, that wasn't a very good one. You want to do it again?"
Yeah.
And so I think that prompted you to say, "Hey, yours wasn't a very good one too. do it
How to
again.
completely destroy a pilot's ego flying into Oshkosh.
Yeah, exactly.
You want to try that wing rock again?
And both of us went, oh!
That's the half mile south of Fisk. Rock your wings for me, please. All right, there we go. That was a little one, so that was a little hard to see. You want to try one more time?
Oh, do it one more time. Oh.
All right, that's better. There we go. A bit better.
Okay, so we're gonna do some wild wing rocking here.
East-west road, keep the microwave tower off your right side. Maintain 1,800. And where'd you fly in from? We're coming from.
I think I did okay. Yeah.
Another one.
The rate was getting better.
2 in a row. How long did it take you?
Man, the controllers in the morning, they were having a good time. They were
Absolutely.
having fun.
That's the thing I love about Oshkosh is that the controllers, the pilots, basically everybody involved in this whole thing loves being where they're at and doing what they're doing. Nobody had to get up for work that day. You know, even the controllers that got up for work,
Right.
they wanted, they asked, they went out of their way to be there, and that's awesome.
It's everybody's all-star game.
Exactly.
I think we have a Duchess half mile south of Fisk. Rock your wings.
And this shows our intent a lot more.
Does that mean we got it right? Is that a Duchess? It's a Seminole. Oh, no. Well, you know what? We appreciate you helping us out and assuming we were talking to you. But yes, Seminole, good job. Continue up the railroad track. Start your descent for us. It's going to be runway 9er for you today.
So what we're going to do is we're going to fly to south, a little bit south, and try and enter Green Lake coming to the north. So I'm going to head, I'm not going to make a gigantic, 270 or whatever, 130 degree turn to get in. Then I'm going to head south a little bit and then turn, try and approach Green Lake from the north.
It's like setting yourself up for a downwind.
Right,
where
correct.
it's like
Correct.
You're not just like.
I think I'm going to try and get behind these two. Just to deconflict. Yeah. Well, but know that there's another one coming in. So, yeah, there's two north. Oh, yeah, I see them. So.
Start the descent, follow the railroad tracks all the way to join that right base to final runway 9 and monitor tower now, 118.5. Welcome to the show. No side-by-sides, please. If you are north of Ripon on the arrival, we need you directly over the railroad tracks, nose to tail, no side-by-sides, and we're looking for 1 mile in trail, please.
Okay, I see one, yeah. Yep. So look at the one behind.
We're starting the transition to Green Lake. We're using the Green Lake transition. Head to Green Lake. Find an aircraft to follow. We need 1 mile in trail, please. 1 mile in trail. If you're inside of Ripon, we need you directly over the railroad tracks. Make sure you're looking out the window and navigating visually to put yourself directly over the railroad tracks, please. Following the RNAV GPS points is fine, but once you get to Ripon, we need you looking out the window to make sure you're directly over the railroad tracks so we can get everybody nose to tail and keep everybody moving into the airport. We appreciate the help. We're looking forward to seeing you, and welcome to Oshkosh.
I got him.
Just a reminder, we need everybody nose to tail.
He's a little high.
Nose to tail.
He's a little above the horizon.
Side by side, no
Well, we got
overlap.
two that are coming in are going to look to be about the same spot. Okay, I got the one.
All right, I got a twin up high, half mile south of Fisk. Rock your wings. Twin, good rock. Start your descent now. You're going to follow the railroad tracks to runway 9. Follow the railroad tracks into the right base to runway 9.
Okay, I got the other one.
Highway, half mile south of Fisk. Rock your wings.
So that's who we're going behind. Yep.
Highway, good rock.
I was
Turn
looking
right.
out the window for traffic, and you were giving me all kinds of, hey, there's this guy here. There's a guy behind us who's clearly following us, and I turned one way, he followed me, and so it was clear that he was slotting in. But
Couldn't shake him,
Yeah, we couldn't shake him.
Can't get this guy off my tail. Put the brakes on. He'll fly away.
But at one point, I was trying to slot in behind. I thought there was a nice wide spot for me to get in, and I was trying to slot in behind. And you said, no. Let's turn north. By the time, point directly at him. By the time he leaves, you'll be in the perfect spot.
This is
right?
that gap finding thing we were talking about.
Yeah.
Yep. There's not a gap there now. Aim for the smoke.
And the person behind us is following us, so we're good. We don't have to worry about them now.
Over the east-west road, go ahead and make sure your gear is down. If you could check the gear for us, please. Everybody that's north of Ripon, we need no side-by-sides. We need everybody nose to tail. If you're over the east-west road, on a highway,
And you're a mile and a half from him, so you should cut the corner.
Welcome to Oshkosh. Good morning, everybody. If you're just joining us, we need you to join at Green Lake. We're at the Green Lake transition. If you're inside of Fisk,
Do not see anybody left.
inside of Ripon, if you're in between Ripon and Fisk, we need you directly over.
I'm going to be at 1890 knots, and that's going to be, I wrote it down. It's going to be roughly 2,000 RPM.
Okay.
So it looks like 90 knots at 1800 equals about 1950 to 2000 RPM. Clean. Okay, so now we're going to add in a notch of flaps.
North Carolina, Warrior 75 Uniform West, crosswind for runway 2, North Carolina.
So clean, I'll probably do 25 flaps. So 90 at 1800 is going to be probably 2150 to 2200 leaned out.
Yeah.
So because I noticed that when I was doing this, that without the flaps, I was pretty nose up.
Yeah.
And I would like to be a little bit more nose level.
Yeah.
To be able to see.
I suggest, depending on where the traffic is in front of us, if we're following somebody, that we do our best to match their speed.
Okay.
Rather than aiming for 90. In my case, it meant I was going fast.
Yeah.
But it's like, I would rather, because I can control the gap between me and who's in front of me. I can't control behind me.
Right.
So I want to make that gap perfect.
Right.
And then everyone else can figure out their thing, rather than that opening up, because I want to go 90. It's
I like that.
So,
I like that. I like that idea a lot.
So just want to have that in your head.
I like that idea a lot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ted is saying, giving me things like you're 1.4 behind him, you're 1.2 behind him. So I'm like, okay, that means I'm probably gaining on him. I want to slow down. You were doing all kinds of that stuff, and that was great. I thought that was absolutely fantastic.
Well, that was what I learned from mine was. Go ahead.
You're welcome.
But I came to that even without AJ knowing that was the key. Like, again, this is kind of a motorsports thing, but it's like, I don't care what's happening behind me. Like, they can sit there and fight all they want.
Well, we
the
care,
correct
but it's
distance.
very tertiary.
Yeah. I am the correct distance in front of me, and I am at the distance that somebody should not like get into here, because like, I'd rather be at 1 than 1.4. Like, for that reason.
You don't. It's just like in stop and go traffic. You don't leave 2 extra car lengths because you're just begging to be cut off.
What's my distance to that guy?
1-4.
Okay.
But he's also indicating it's going slow, so.
Okay.
I see him doing 78 to 80 knots.
Well, so ground speed, different, right?
Oh,
So
okay, great. So we've got headway.
Yes.
Fantastic. So I'll give you his numbers.
Okay.
They're going to be ground speeds.
Yes.
You're supposed to fly indicated. We don't care about that. We're flying ground speeds.
And join the east.
Everything was pretty easy until we got past Green Lake, and I'm like, I think that's Ripon. I think that's Ripon. Is that Ripon? I think that's Ripon. And I'm like, okay, I can see the road and the railroad tracks. That's clearly Ripon. Okay, I'm going there.
Well, and because I'd just done it, right? So it's like, all right, you go just to the right of those, like between there, that's Ripon for you, like.
Once you've done it once, you can see Ripon when you come to the beginning point of Green Lake. You're like, oh, that's where I'm going. But until you get there, trying to point that on the skyline on the horizon is like, there's zero chance.
Okay, I think I see Ripon.
Yeah, that little cluster slightly off to the left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, no, it isn't. That is not
It's in the wrong spot, isn't it? Yeah.
Attention all aircraft inbound Fisk.
Oh, well, there's a little cluster right in front of us now.
Yeah.
We need a mile and trail between all aircraft.
Get down to 1800.
800.
Okay, so if you see below our plane in front of us, that's a bunch of grain silos. You want to put those just under you on the left.
Okay. I see the Ripon water tower.
Because we're on one runway operation right now. That'll be page 10 for runway 9 in your NOTAM.
And knowing that the road tracks kind of come out of there, kind of start there.
They come out right out of the middle. Now that I've looked at the film, they come right out of the middle. Right?
Yeah. Yeah,
and there's a
right
factory.
of the silos.
Right out of the factory, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
weird.
To the runway.
Okay, I see the tracks.
Page 10 is the runway that we're using. Page 10, that'll be runway 9. It'll be, once you depart Fisk, it'll be follow the railroad tracks, over the railroad tracks, and you'll join a right base to final for runway 9.
There, I see the bend in the tracks as well. Yep.
All aircraft out there, it's a beautiful day, and the Green Lake transition is in effect for Fisk.
Good job.
Low wing with the wigwags, half mile south of Fisk. Rock your wings. Good rock, that's beautiful. Keep it straight down the railroad tracks, over the railroad tracks. That'll put you on a right base to runway 9. Okay, now where are y'all coming from today?
Flew up from Omaha, stopped at Hartford overnight.
Roger that, and your type aircraft?
RB-12.
Very good, very good. And you can monitor tower 118.5 and have a good Oshkosh, sir. All aircraft inbound to Oshkosh for the Fisk arrival. We're doing the Green Lake transition. We need a mile on trail between all aircraft.
This is a lot smaller
if you can't do that.
Distances than
you can go at 2,300, 135 knots.
Than I always assume.
Looking between the waypoints?
Yeah, between the waypoints.
Yeah.
Over the railroad tracks, not following your GPS sticks. It's over the railroad tracks. That'll help us pick you out when you get within
But there's
a mile.
also the time dilation of like
yeah,
being, you know,
and
yeah, so much going on
right now. Mile and trail for everybody inbound.
And then we'll follow the railroad tracks. There's a little bend in the railroad tracks. We'll make sure to keep on that.
Yep.
They're going to give me the rock your wings. I'm going to be looking for the person, the rock your wings in front of me, and then that'll be my signal that I'm next.
Yeah.
So then I will rock my wings, and if they give me a choice, I'm going to choose 3-6.
Yep.
And then the east-west road, when in the sim, I found it hard to see.
It's basically as soon as they're done with the rock your wings.
Okay.
So that was the, you know, but yes, I know what you mean, and I will help you with that.
Okay. And there's a microwave tower that we're supposed to stay north of.
Yeah.
That when I saw somebody else flying it, they're actually, it seemed pretty easy to see, but that wasn't visible at all in the sim.
That sounds great. But I never saw it.
You and I had an interesting issue where, you know, we're going along, and I'm looking at the guy ahead of me, and he gets his rock your wings, and they do the rock your wings. I'm like, okay, we're next. And then
Finger
the
on the
next
button,
thing
we're ready to go.
Yes, I'm ready. I'm like just ready. And the next thing he says is a low wing turn right. And I'm like, that wasn't what I was. Wait, am I the low wing? He wants to turn right? You skipped a step. Well, so what was happening was there was and you can see this in the ADS-B track really well. There was a high-speed guy 500 feet above us that converged at Fisk at right at the time I arrived at Fisk. So what he wanted me to do was turn right, and then the high-speed guy he was going to send off to 9. So he was going to send him to continue on the tracks. But I was surprised. I was expecting rock your wings, and when he said low wing turn right, I was like, what? Wait, what?
I know. I figured that was the one in front of us. Like, clearly, we haven't rocked our wings.
And then he's like,
so it's
hey,
not
low
us.
wing, Cherokee type. Right. And then that sort of got my attention. And he's like, there you go.
126.6, have a great Oshkosh. Cessna Skywagon going for runway 9. You can start your descent. You'll be following the railroad tracks all the way for right base runway 9. Good rock, and you can monitor tower. Before you go, where are you from?
We're from Hood River, Oregon.
Yay!
Oh, really? West Coast. Awesome. Good job. And 118.5 for the tower. Have a great Oshkosh. Low wing, half mile south of Fisk. Start a right turn, heading 090. Join the east-west road for runway 36.
Is that me?
High wings, a mile south of Fisk. Rock your wings high. Good rock.
Oh, there's somebody above us.
Straight down the railroad tracks for runway 9.
Yeah.
Low wing, start your right turn, heading 090. Low wing, half mile south of Fisk.
Yes, that's us.
Turn right.
Turn right.
Cherokee, there you go. Very good.
Oh, you didn't get a rock.
High wing, you can monitor tower.
I did not get a rock.
Start your descent, so you're a little high and looks beautiful. Cherokee, you can monitor tower 126.6. You're going to runway 36. So just follow the east-west road. Keep the microwave tower off your right side. And nose to tail, everybody inbound from Ripon. Nose.
Hey. We're up on 26.
Yep. I didn't get a wing rock.
I know. That's hilarious. I mean, tragic, but you know.
And, you know, worse things have happened.
Yeah, exactly. You didn't touch another plane. So,
That's true.
Yeah. I didn't even see that guy that was above us, you know, because he's faster, so he just snuck up on us.
And yeah, and so basically then when you cross the interstate, that's when you start a descent.
Okay.
They may or may not tell us to.
Okay.
I've noticed real inconsistency with that. So yeah, exactly.
So so basically what they're saying here is maintain this until but people were starting to stance back here.
Be prepared to you know, look at your distance and start a descent at a reasonable you know, so if they don't tell you when to begin a descent.
Okay.
I have also heard them crossing somebody over here to go left, bringing you onto right, and you must be down. So that you do a literally crossover right there, which is wild, but so you know, those are the things to kind of expect.
I got him landing traffic in sight.
Okay.
I don't see any traffic to our right.
Runway low wing, 1 mile left base, runway 36 left, clear to land on the yellow dot.
Yellow dot.
Okay.
Is that the first one?
Second one. Second one.
Okay.
Yeah. Now you see the yellow dot from here.
Yep. It's purple, yellow, orange, something.
Yep. Okay. You have passed the vision and color test.
Nice job, Seth, on the runway left into the next hard surface. Follow the flagman. Welcome to Oshkosh. Aircraft inbound from 5th on the left base, runway 36. Continue to follow that east-west road. Maintain 1,800 until you're turning final. We'll take you out on a close in left base. We'll assign you 36 left to 36 right.
And then I'll start descending. The good news about this wing is descending is not a problem.
Where's the brick?
That's right. That's right.
Well, that was actually a funny comment that you made at some point, because we were talking about, you know, if I'm a little bit high, I'm not really all that worried about it. And then you turned around and you looked. You said, "Oh, where's the brick?" Yeah. Referring to the joke that is in this airplane. The trick is to throw a brick out the window and try not to beat it to the ground.
As far as like trying to hit my dot, I'm trying to hit the dot at or beyond. I'm gonna try and like hit it, but I really don't care if I do.
Amphib, 1 mile left base, runway 36 left, clear to land on the yellow dot.
Done.
Good enough.
Yep.
I landed a little bit long on the dot. It was, you know, I had said I'm going to err on being long versus short. And so
well, what's the control instruction, Mark? Cleared to land
on the dot, on or after the dot.
At or after, insert color here, dot.
Yeah.
Right.
You complied with the instruction. If you land before the dot, you are not complying with the instruction.
And I told that to AJ up front, which is like, I have no ego. I'm not gonna like be vain about like shoving this thing on the ground right on the dot. Like, and so then I came to you, Mark, and I wanted to like kind of get that primed in you, because it's like there's this whole mythology about like being proud that you landed on the dot.
Yeah,
this is not, you know.
For me, the priority was being proud that I kept my distance from the person in front of me. That was what I wanted to do. That was more important to me than landing exactly on the dot.
You see, oh, he's in the grass, so you're gonna Go past him. You see the
Cherokee on the runway left, next hard surface, follow the flag and welcome to Oshkosh.
Thank you.
Being told welcome to Oshkosh by Tower during the air show is the payoff for all the preparation. This is way better than the alternatives like aircraft SIG intentions or possible pilot deviation or aircraft that crashed, help is on the way. Nope. Welcome to Oshkosh means I got here safely, and I provided a gift. The gift of being forgotten. And that's the goal, to fly and land at Osh so that everyone, pilots, controllers, ground crew, the local news, and the FAA completely forgets about me after I'm parked. Which in turn means, good job.
I told you to go up to the pavement, and I think that they didn't even give you the option for that.
Correct. They did not give me the option for the grass.
They did, days before they did for us, but, after you have a few planes stuck and they're still stuck, you start saying go for the pavement. But I told you that as well, which is like, doesn't matter if they say grass, just go for the pavement. Who cares? So
What I did not know is after we landed, exactly how far we were going to taxi and how long that was going to take. I mean, we taxied for a long.
Did you not bring a taxi snack?
We did not bring a taxi snack.
No, that's a thing. You don't need a snack for the flight. You need a snack for the taxi.
Okay, so this video has been long enough. I'll talk about taxiing at Oshkosh in my next video, but I can't end this one without extending my gratitude to Ted and AJ for the help that they gave me in preparing to fly Fisk, and many others like Ben.
So, Ben is usually right when he says I'm overthinking. This wasn't as complex as I thought it was going to be.
Yeah. But it's the first time you've done it.
Yes.
And BK and Virgil, who, while not part of this video, were very free with advice based on many years of having been at Oshkosh.
Oh, JARS.
What is that?
That's a missionary, aviation mission team. They use aviation to deliver Bibles.
Oh, okay. Do they just drop them?
No, I don't think so.
Parachutes.
Yeah, no, but they're based in Charlotte.
Oh, okay.
But I want to end my video with this little bit of encouragement from Ted right before we started the engine.
You are a competent pilot. This is within the range of things that you are used to handling. It is different, and it's unknown because it's different, but
this is you saying you got this, right? Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Part of our flight was at some point we sort of went through we're running through all the things. Consider what happens if we get 9, what happens if we get 3-6. We think it's going to be Green Lake. We did all of that kind of stuff. And you stopped. You just very pointedly stopped and said, "Hey, you can handle this. This is not a big deal." That little speech, that was a real relief valve for me. That was important. It was important for me to hear that. So I very much appreciated it. Because I was putting a lot of pressure on myself, and it took some of the pressure off. So it was good. That was good. All right. Thanks for watching.
You're welcome.